Yeah, I definitely don't mind this tune at all. I did not think that was gonna get me. As evidenced by the fact that I did not do anything. And just let it get me. That's okay. The start wasn't that great. Yeah, it definitely seems like each individual actor in each room plays by their own RNG seed. Or their own RNG call, I guess. I'm so used to a game like River City Ransom where there are a set amount of joint patterns for groupings of actors. And it's weird to see all of these actors acting independently. They even have their own agents. Big-time actors. Incredibly funny joke. Please subscribe to my OnlyFans. For people who had New Year's resolutions, how have those been going? I'm doing very badly with both of mine. That's good. Not me doing badly with my resolutions, but the frame-perfect input that I just nailed. Stutter step. I'm getting it really often there, so I would like to figure that out. Only one flea, I don't like that at all. Because I got hit by the first dog. I'm getting hit by this one as well. So this is really low health. Clench time. I have to try and save the frames. I'm not going to jump over this cage. I'm going to have to try and barely miss getting hit here. Got it. That's the hardest room to avoid a hit in. Yikes. That's so hard. And I lost that frame, those frames back by being too far right on the gate, so we had to turn around. Give me another flea. Couple of clench rooms here. That was faster, because I didn't have to slow down to jump. Okay, I got it. That's actually a really fast inner pound. But scary as heck. Wow! Okay. Let's see what we can do. Good. Okay, I just have to play Forest 2 really well still, even with this lead. Great pace, though. Good decision, good decision. Good! Well done. I'm gonna have to adjust here again. Slowing down. Good decision. I'm gonna do it again here. Good decision again. Ah, that was bad. That was bad too. Those are both slow jumps. I'm gonna have to make it up here. Good. Could have been better. What about up here? What do you got? What do you got, Saria? Yes! Yes! That was so good. Yes. Celine, Woodlings, I'm so sorry. That one's gonna be pretty tough to beat. Yeah. Hot dang. Hot dog. Oh my gosh. That felt pretty good. That felt pretty freaking good. Honestly, you know the weird thing? I'm saying that, but I'm so calm right now that I'm not having that wash of relief that I usually have. Thank you for the woohoo, Celine. Okay, so honestly, it was just like I did everything I needed to do. That had the super clench inner pound, where twice I had to play the rooms really fast in order to not get hit by the dog's barks. Because I had 0 health. I made the decision to not jump over the cage on the early part, because that would have slowed me down with all the lag. And I got lucky with the fleas, in a way, because not being able to get the fleas on the upper level meant that I didn't have to slow down in the water with all the skidding and everything. So that's why the inner pound was so fast. I got luck that gave me much lower health, but just faster overall everything else. Outer pound, I just had cleaner movement, like I said I needed to. Forest 1 was fine, and Forest 2 was also fine. I had to slow down a couple times again. But then my jumps on the branches were mostly pretty good. The very first one, I think, was a little floaty. But the rest were decent. They all could have been a little bit more tight with the up releases, but I really can't complain about that at all. And so, because this is another PB, and this one I'm probably going to be leaving without trying to beat, except for Will Bobsled doing a back-to-back world record attempt, I will once again give a huge shout-out to Celine of the Woodlings. On the internet, their handle was Kjorteo. They were the ones who inspired me to get into this, and it's an incredible honor, for one thing, that they cite me as the reason that they wanted to try speedrunning this, because this game has been very dear to their heart. They grew up with it, and it's one of those games that, you know, as a young kid, sometimes there's just a movie or a TV show or a game that, for one reason or another, you know, despite objective quality, it speaks to you, and it's just, there's something about it that you just latch onto and you enjoy. And that was Family Dog for Kjorteo. And so, at the time that they picked up this game, the world record was 6 minutes and 14 seconds by Tish Wittenberg. And when Celine tried her first runs, it was like 30 minutes, and then like 15 minutes, and then just slowly whittling it down until the point where Celine's passion for the game and general passion for life took her to the point where she wanted to develop new routes. And the route that I took through that last forest section where I was jumping across the tree branches was developed by Celine. It's the first time that any of us can see that anybody developed the fastest possible known route to get across every tree branch without having to do any extra movements at all. And as a result, eventually Celine got a world record that was faster than the task for Family Dog by about 20 seconds. Celine ended up with a world record of 5 minutes and 33 seconds after all of the hard work and awesomeness, and challenged anybody in the world to beat it, because it was a very clean run with everything that was currently developed. I took that challenge because I had a feeling that with really, really tight movement and some possible new things to be found, that the game could be taken way lower, because that's speedrunning. and I wanted to have some competition with my awesome friend Celine of that amazing system, and so this has been really, really, really fun. And I know for people out there watching, you might be confused by me doling out this like 20-minute long State of the Union address for a random speedrun that maybe at this point 20 people have ever watched in the world. But, you know, it's really cool to have things like this in life where you can develop these connections with people who had this connection with something in their lives that was that special. And it ends up touching you in a way that becomes special to you. And I'm treasuring that. I treasure it every time it happens, and it certainly just happened with my grind of this game and watching their grind. And hopefully, when Celine comes back to this game, it'll be even more special, because that's what I wanted to give you. I wanted to show you what this is like, and I'm feeling very satisfied with what I've been able to do there. And I even ended up with a speedrun that might be the best speedrun I've ever done. I've talked about that with other speedruns I've done, like the 620 in River City Ransom EX, 90% Wussy No Cheats. That's right up there with this one. Or I should say this one's right up there with that one. Where there's basically... except this run has less that I can look back at and be like, I could have done that better. This one was pretty good. Based on what we know right now. And that's the thing. There will always be things that we can do faster, whether it's saving frames and movement, or finding skips through levels, or finding, you know, faster ways to skip little things, like Celine just did in yesterday's stream while I was playing this game, came up with a suggestion that I could try to see if I could speed up the last room of the house, because before yesterday, the fastest known way to go through the final room of the house involved you having to press left for a second to avoid one of the kid with the sweeper. But Celine suggested that I try weaving around the first block and the sweeper at the same time without slowing down at all. Turns out that it's possible with a frame-perfect input, provided that you do a jump before you get to the block. Which I guess maybe changes the dog's X position on the screen. I don't know exactly how it makes it possible, but it's not possible unless you do the first jump, I think. It's interesting. But Celine just suggested that yesterday, and it saves about half a second, or maybe 0.3. But it's significant. It allowed this 524 to be emphatic. I skipped 525! Wow! That's actually mind-blowing. It was really hard to get a 525. Oh, man. But anyway, yeah, I've been talking for like 8 minutes now, and I never got around to finally actually saying thank you so much, Celine. I love you guys. Thank you for inspiring me like this and giving me something that I'm this passionate about. And I'm sorry that my first big session of attempts was such a disaster, but I think every time that happens, that means something too. That's... I don't have to feel like that's a huge failure. It clearly means something. It's... I can give it meaning. And... This feels great right now. That's for sure. Speedrunning is never done. A speedrunner's job is never done. Especially after you just get a new world record and Will Bobsled's in the room. Let's go for back-to-back. To anybody who's watching this in the future, I really hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much. And if any of you are interested in running this game, hit up me or Celine. It's Kjorteo, Kjorteo. That's not me, I'm Song. That's my friend that I've just been gushing about. That's Kjorteo. Kjorteo is the one who gushes about this one even more than I do, if you'd believe that, based on what you've just seen. Anyway, yeah. Thank you so much, DW Pont. Cool.